let's watch the first video. This video is from CNN. Please pay attention to this video very well. Listen to everything that this guy is saying, because when I play the other video, you'll be able to know why I ask you to watch this video. Let's watch.
Pamela, some of the Republican campaign criticism has been misleading or lacking in critical context or just plain wrong. One common Republican claim is that the U.S. has a, quote, open border under Joe Biden. That is just not true. In right around half of the Biden-era cases where the authorities have encountered a migrant at the southern border, this migrant has been rapidly expelled from the country, sent away under the pandemic-era policy known as Title 42. Even the people who authorities encounter but are not rapidly expelled still face court proceedings that often result in eventual deportation. Now, of course, some migrants do evade detection and sneak into the country. Some others manage to stay despite deportation orders. Nonetheless, open border is inaccurate. Republicans also keep citing the large quantities of fentanyl being seized at the border. But fentanyl being seized is more proof the border is not actually open. And here's a critical point almost never mentioned in GOP talking points. The vast majority of these seizures happen at the legal ports of entry where cars and buses and trucks line up to enter. And the vast majority of the time it is being brought in by U.S. citizens or legal residents. About 85% of the fentanyl seized at the southwest border this fiscal year has been seized at legal ports, and the other 15% or so tends to be seized at Border Patrol.
Did you see that? Did you hear his argument about the border? He said, first of all, under Joe Biden administration, the border is secure. That is not true that there is a problem in the border. And those that are trying to come into this country that are being encountered by the Border Patrol has been returned back. And he talk about the fentanyl, the drug that is now killing people in this country. He said that vast majority of them coming through the port of entry, and they are coming from U.S. citizens. Listen to this very carefully. He said this drug is coming through the entry, the port of entry, by U.S. citizens. So I'm going to show you another video from another news media. This news media is a Newsnation. Newsnation. I think it's a new news media. I don't know. But let's see what they talk about the border.
Tonight, I'm Natasha Zubes, and tonight we are taking a closer look at the crisis at our southern border. Border officials have now encountered nearly 2 million migrants since last October. It is a new record for 1 year in less than 11 months' time. And that data does not include migrants who have evaded law enforcement. Well, now border governors are taking matters into their own hands, from Texas to Arizona, building walls of their own and continuing to bus migrants to New York City, Washington, D.C., bringing the border crisis to the front steps of our nation's capital. Tonight, I'll be speaking with the mayor of Yuma, Arizona, as shipping containers in his city are going up, filling gaps in the border wall. I'll speak with him about what needs to be done amidst this humanitarian crisis. But first, let's get to correspondent Allie Bradley. She is in Phoenix for us right now. Allie, you've been on the ground all week. What are you seeing?
Yeah, Natasha, we are just seeing that influx continuing. In July alone, there were nearly 200,000 migrant encounters across our U.S. southern border since October, or in July alone, rather. But border sheriffs and community members and their lawmakers are all fighting back. The governors especially doing what they can to fortify their borders. They're securing their borders, and they're doing it in order to keep their communities safe.
Progress is being made on Governor Doug Ducey's shipping container barrier. Work on the fifth and final gap they will be filling began this afternoon. The project is set to be complete by Tuesday, according to a source. However, one of the major crossing points is being left open. And now some are questioning why the governor doesn't put the containers along the federal roadway that runs parallel with the Cocopah Reservation, as hundreds of migrants are continuing to stream through the 6.2-mile gap. Border Patrol agents tell me the governor's shipping container plan won't have an impact as long.
Did you see this? Do you see? This is the same border issue that the CNN guy was talking about. You see the line. One thing that the CNN guy failed to say is that these migrants don't even run. They come out straight. They know that the policy is an open border, that if they can get to the border, the door will be open for them to come. But the CNN guy is saying that that is not true. I'm going to show you another news media. I think this one is from NBC Now, so that you can be able to make a decision for yourself.
Little boys of migrants making their way to the U.S., children. Some not old enough to walk, but have already traveled hundreds of miles. Little boys and girls, many of whom were born along the long journey north, like little 3-year-old Valentina, who's traveling with her Venezuelan parents, but was born in Colombia.
Por tener una niña pequeña, o sea, México nos da como la oportunidad de tener los permisos más fáciles.
This family soon adding to what has become a record-breaking year of border crossings. In this fiscal year alone, Customs and Border Patrol have encountered more than 2 million migrants, breaking the record previously set last year. Most of those encounters single men and family units. And while pandemic-era policies like Title 42 are still limiting migrants' ability to claim asylum, it hasn't deterred families from continuing their journey north.
Okay, did you see the 3 video? Someone is lying. Do you think that we have a border problem? I don't care. I'm not saying that people should be stopped from coming to the country. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the lies that the news media are pumping into our society. Someone is lying. Is the CNN guy is lying. Or these 2 news media, ABC, or what they call it, NBC Now and the Newsnation are lying. Do you think that there's crisis in our border? Based on these 2 videos that I watched, these migrants, they don't hide. They come to the border. They come in because they know that the door will be open for them to come. The border patrol are not arresting them. They just open the door for them to come in. And those 90% of those people that come in will not go back to court. But the CNN guy is telling you that is not true and is accusing Republicans. So those of you that have been watching CNN, that will watch this guy, you will believe what this guy is saying. I don't know who is lying here, but I believe that someone is lying. One of the news media or 2 or 1 is lying because the other 2, they report the same thing. CNN is the only one that reported the difference, and they call themselves fact check. Who is lying? Is CNN lying or NBC and Newsnation is lying? I leave that for you to decide. But one thing that I want you to know before I leave, it is only the truth that can make us free. Search for the truth. Embrace the truth. If you are not happy, if you are angry, if you are bitter because of what the news media are telling you, you don't have the truth. Search for the truth. Subscribe, because I'm going to bring all the news media. I'm going to bring and I'm going to expose them so that you will know. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe, rate, and comment.